story comes out August 12th of this year, Politico. Okay, you're quoted in it. The nation's best hackers found vulnerabilities in voting machines, but no time to fix them. Okay. Top hackers at Defcon. Defcon is where a lot of these hackers, you guys go to, expose vulnerabilities in U.S. voting machines, but fixes are unlikely, Rob, if you want to pull up this article, if this is it, before November 2024 election, due to the long and complex process of updates. Organizers are frustrated. There is so much basic stuff that should be happening and is not happening, said co-founder Harri Hursti. It's not a 90-day fix, and it continues. Security concerns are heightened by past foreign interference like the 2016 Russian hacks and recent threats. Hursti warned, if you don't think this kind of place is running 24/7 in China, Russia, you're kidding yourself. Adversaries have access to everything. While Defcon hackers highlight these issues annually, the slow response from manufacturers and election officials raises fears that unpatched vulnerabilities could fuel future allegations of election fraud. So after your experience with all these different machines, what is your level of faith in the accuracy of the machines that we currently use?
So first of all, the quote you said about the room running 24/7 in adversary country, that actually was a quote made by one of the top spy agencies of a U.S. director in Defcon. So I'm just, if it's put to me, it's just repeating what he said.
Who was the person that said?
That was Rob Joyce of NSA.
Got it. If you want to pull up his name so we can give him credit, please keep going.
So my confidence actually in U.S. elections is high. Right now, we have to improve the systems, but we already know how to get elections done right on just hand-marked paper ballots. And since I started and my colleagues started to expose the problems, more and more of the United States have transitioned to have a hand-marked paper ballots. And in the U.S., you have to understand the U.S. elections are almost uniquely complex. There are countries which have more complex elections than the U.S., but not very many. In the U.S., there is no alternative in most of the U.S. to use voting machines. You have to use them because voting machines actually are more accurate than humans. The error rate of humans, especially if you think about the stress environment on election night, is higher than margin of victory in a lot of places. So you have to use voting machines to count paper ballots. Now you have paper ballot, which means that you can always verify the results. And there's a methodology called risk limiting audit, which is amazing and developed by Professor Philip Stark, one of the main authors of that. It's a very cost effective in the labor hours, and you can verify that the election have a right outcome. So we already know how to fix it. At the same time, when we look voting machines, yes, we have vulnerabilities in machines, and we will have vulnerabilities always. There will never be, unhackable doesn't exist. So instead of saying trust but verify, you should have a zero trust approach. Never trust and always verify. So we always have to verify the results.
Never trust and always verify is what you say.
Correct.
Okay. All right. But you went back and you said your confidence in the election and everything's very high. It's going to be good because, it's a lot easier to use the machines versus you're going to do, paper ballots. And it said, you're right. But the question isn't if it's left alone to do its job. The problem that people have, which is why you did the documentary you did with HBO. It's so interesting when you guys did it. You did it March 2020, which was 8 months before the elections. And there was not much done on that afterwards from HBO. It was an interest of what happened before that. So I guess my question for you would be the following. In the area of tampering, when it comes down to things like this, tampering with these machines by hackers, okay? We have a machine here. In a few minutes, you'll hack it and show everybody that, you can hack into this machine here, and you'll give the model and all that stuff that we'll talk about. If we line up 50 of your colleagues who are also hackers like yourself, and we gave $1 million prize to hack into the most recent machines that we have, all of them, out of 50 people, how many would be able to hack into the machines to manipulate the votes?
I would guess everyone.
You would guess everyone.
Because these machines are, when we look at the systems, and we had Defcon this summer, brand new system, which is used in a very limited sense. I think the number was 42 vulnerabilities found in 2.5 days.
Okay.
So these systems have a lot of vulnerabilities. Now the question is how you mitigate. That's why we have to expose the problems so that we can develop a mitigation strategy. Like the hack what I'm going to show here, the mitigation strategy is limiting physical access. At the same time, it's very bad idea to think that somebody would wake up in election day morning and say, oh, today I have nothing to do, I will hack election. Obviously, you would have years of planning or months of planning ahead of that. I also want to say one thing about this movie where the Kill Chain, the cyber war in American elections, that was the second movie. Our first HBO documentary came out in 2006. So this is already a follow-up. And we were filming it, give or take 5 years. The reason that it came out in 2020 March was just how long the production took. But that was years and years of filming, gathering material, doing the research, doing the investigations. So, hi, my name is Harri Hursti. I'm a lifelong hacker and security researcher, an engineer with a heart which thinks that impossible is just a state of mind. Connect with me in a minute. I'm here to explain anything you might wonder about election security, critical infrastructure security, cyberspace, cyber warfare, information space, information warfare, and connected warfare. So please ask me questions. Hope to see you there in a minute.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.